Right, let's talk winter mats. Great question here from Rick. Hi Mark, any tips for hitting off winter mats, as many of us in the UK are forced to do? Thank you. Winter mats, maybe something that lots of the audience in different parts of the world don't understand, but basically it's like hitting in here, but they put a synthetic mat out because the grass gets too wet here in Mud Island in the UK to save tees for the summer so we don't wreck them. Tips for hitting from winter mats: A, enjoy the fact that you are going to get a really perfect lie, like better than a tee. You're going to get less rubbish caught between you and the ball. But then in turn, what can happen with winter mats, if I hit this one, so this is my 9-iron, I do actually catch that slightly thin, so the spin numbers will be relatively real. But from winter mats you can get some low spinners. That's an 8,000 spin on that one because I caught it out the bottom. But if I catch one slightly higher up on the face, which is easily done on winter mats because they're almost like semi-rough lies, believe it or not, because the ball generally sits right up on the bristles. Let's see what the spin on that one is. That felt like it was slightly higher up the face. To have a look, I reckon in the 7,000s. Yeah, that's 1,000 less, 7,000. And that one's probably gone that little bit further. I didn't see, but it probably has less spinning shot. So you'll find from winter mats, you might find that the club can go more of its max distance out of your deviations, but then in turn you've got to remember winter mats, generally it's windy, cold and wet, so that might even it out, something to bear in mind. And then as you go through, like a hybrid from a winter mat hit near the top can just bomb, like properly bomb. The next thing you need to do with winter mats as well is have some short tees in your pocket. And what I tend to do is have a few broken ones kicking around. So with broken tee, look, because that's perfect for winter mats. Par 3s, I'll use them as well. So just make sure you're teeing up on something like that. Your Castle plastic tees, they're a bit rubbish. They tend to be a bit high, and then you get the irons teed up too high and they can either go really short because you hit it too far off the top, or you go slightly above the centre line and you get a maxed out bomber and you start flying it as well. For me, generally on winter mats, I would hit it off the ground with a 8-iron down to my wedges, and then anything up from that I might tee it up, set up to what shot I want to hit. But if I'm teeing it up, I'm teeing it up really low. So your pattern you'll tend to find with winter mats is good players actually like the control that they get off them, you know, the perfect lie. Now if you're someone who does hate them, you find that you just struggle to hit the ball off a winter mat, maybe just learn a few punch shots. So when you get on them, just punch a few shots out there, so ball further back, handle up towards lead leg so it's further forward than your standard lie, so you're de-lofting, keeping pressure on the lead foot. This shot might tend to draw when you make your backswing, keep pressure on the lead foot and just punch and hold follow throughs off, and maybe hit a few irons like that, so you're going to go ball ground second, so you're taking the mat out of the equation as much as possible. And if that helps you play from winter mats, you might find that shot, to be fair, during the winter is one I'll play so much, because as soon as the lie gets any kind of scruffy, fairway or mat, I'm going to employ my punch ball ground hit just to take that bit of ground out. So it's having those skills to deal with the situation. You might get bombers, you can get overspinners as well. Tee it up that little bit lower. From a mat, I'll tend to play more my higher number of the club and then work conditions back in. And then don't be afraid to have a punch shot, because if you hate them, you can just take the mat out by putting the ball back, hitting the ball first. It goes in a bit lower. Often for lots of golfers it's a bit more controlled, but it just takes that mat out of equation. Great question. That's what I love about this channel. Like, no one's searching this video and I don't care. I've answered your question. Hopefully 10 other people might get an answer that helps them play better golf as well. Why don't we just try and help you play better golf? That's really what this whole platform should be about. But anyway, thanks for watching. Great question.